most of the time when you see why is a company not implementing self-management well, like, hey, we have this system, why is nobody bringing up changes? Why is nobody innovating? Why is nobody changing things in meetings? Most of the time it comes back to some aspect of psychological safety, which is just not feeling safe in the environment you're in. As an example for me, a company I worked for in the past, there was a company survey that came out to see how things were going, how self-management was working. And when the results came back, over half the company was afraid of losing their jobs at any moment for any reason that had nothing to do with the productivity of their work. Like they just thought they could be laid off at a moment's notice, that their whole team could just be wiped out. So everyone, over half the company, thought they could get fired immediately that had nothing to do with the quality of their work. And so I wanted to figure out why. I thought I knew why. In my mind, I was like, oh, it's because their HR processes are super like strict and one-off, and there's a lot of gray area and favoritism. So I want to just change the policies. But I wanted to really make sure I was fixing the right thing. So I had focus groups with people from every department throughout the organization, people I've never met before. And these people were pretty much all said the same things. They said, it's not about the policies, the processes. We just want people to communicate. Whatever the company is going through, whatever changes are happening, we want leadership to communicate with us. Even if terrible things are happening, if there's going to be a layoff, that's okay. I just want to know about it. So it's not sprung on us. I want to know that decisions are being made for good reasons and not just because. And people were saying, like, I don't care what this company does. I don't care what changes are going through. I'm going to keep my head down and not rock the boat because I can't lose this job. And things like that. So it's important to think about these. And when you're implementing changes, you have to keep people's safety in mind, just in terms of no matter how self-managed a company is, if I don't feel safe in my work, I'm not going to innovate. I'm not going to speak up. I'm not going to try to make changes because I think I'll get fired, or I think I'll get ostracized, or I think people are going to talk about me behind my back, or any of these things. And going back to the other day, we talked about kind of studies done by Google and others. And one of Google's studies was figuring out what makes for a good team. 2 of the 5 were meaning and impact, which is basically what purpose accomplishes. It sets that clear goal to make sure that the work you're doing actually means something and accomplishes something bigger. The next 2 were dependability and structure and clarity. Both of these are accomplished by having clear expectations and accountability. And the number 1 item by far was psychological safety. How safe people felt on their team to make mistakes, to not get rejected for being different, to be able to bring up problems, to be able to ask for help. So these sorts of things are extremely important.